All right, we're here at Cape Ann Brewing, right next to where the St. Peter's Fiesta, the heart of the Fiesta. And why don't you introduce yourself for the people that don't know?
My name's Warren Durgin. I've been here since 3rd grade, involved with the Fiesta, either as an altar boy or with helping out, setting up the altar, helping out carrying St. Peter.
A lot of people think that the Fiesta is just about Italians. You're not an Italian, and not only are you not Italian, the St. Peter's Club, you're involved with the St. Peter's Club as well as the St. Peter's Fiesta.
Yeah, of course. I'm a director at the St. Peter's Club. I've been, since it's opened, the new club for 8 years. For 8 years, I've been a director. I'm going on my 9th year now as a director at the St. Peter's Club.
Now, what do your duties entail as director?
We decide what we can do to try to get more members in. We're really at the St. Peter's Fiesta this year. We're going to try to get more younger kids involved with the club, trying to see what their interests are to make the club a better place. Predominantly, it's for the fishermen. But with the industry, the way it's going and everything, you still respect those fishermen that come in, but you still have to open up your doors to everybody, and that's what we're trying to do.
It's one of the best values in town. How much does it cost to become a member?
Member is $60
for the year.
For the year.
And how much does a beer cost?
Beer is like $2.
$2.
$2 for a beer.
Boom. That just happened.
That just happened. And then, other than that, I mean, they do things like on Fridays we try to put out sandwiches or pizza for the members, and then we have different events during the year that, the Christmas party. We have a big cookout, in July, for the members. It doesn't cost them anything. It's just, come on, let's all get together. It's a fellowship and have a good time.
For $60, it's a no-brainer. But let's talk about some traditions, because I know, and when you talk about Fiesta, a big part of what makes Fiesta, why it's so popular, is the tradition, year after year, family. But when I say tradition and Fiesta in the same sentence, what does that mean to you?
To me, it is a tradition. It's an ongoing tradition. I mean, you're losing some of the tradition, and you understand why, because of the economy the way it is and everything else. Years ago when I was younger, we used to have the Mass, the procession, the solemn procession, then you had the blessing of the fleet, and then we had a novena. Now, if I asked some people today what the novena was, people would look at you and say, I don't know what that was, The older people would know what we have. It was corresponded the same. It was 3 o'clock here back at the altar, and then they had the blessing of the fleet at 3:30 out on the water. So tradition's constantly changing, but it's great. I mean, you still have, the Mass, the procession. You get the guys all wanting to help out and be here. You can go to, at that time of year, every house is open. Whether you're Italian, you're not Italian. They welcome you as your own, like you are Italian. They make you feel very welcome. It's great, during that time of year.
So, what in particular? What are your favorite traditions? What do you
for me personally? For me, I feel it's an honor, and respect. When I first started carrying a statue, Larry Sabato got me to carry it. God rest his soul, he passed away. Got me to carry when I was in high school. And I was just doing it on Sundays. And then all of a sudden they started asking me to do it on Fridays. And now today it's like 3 years ago they asked me to carry on Sunday, which is a big honor. I mean, usually that's kept for the fishermen and all that. But they know how involved I am and how dedicated and everything else. I mean, one of the great thrills last year, we got invited to go to Boston. Yeah. And the guardian of the statue asked me, look, Warren, I want to make sure you're there. I want you there. Wow. And that was an honor,
Absolutely. That was the North End. That was the first. End. Was that the first time?
That's the Fisherman's Feast. That's the first time. You'll never see it again, I don't think. Yeah. It was, first time ever for their 50th, I believe it was. I may be mistaking on the actual year, but they invited us up, and we went up, and we had a great time. They welcomed us. They treated us very well.
And that was the first time the statue had left the city?
It left the city. It's never left the city before. I mean, unless it's going to get painted.
Right, yeah.
It goes down to Rhode Island to get painted.
I get you.
But other than that, I mean, it was nice, it's nice that, Donnie, who's the guardian, of the statue. You know, when all of a sudden you get a phone call, go, "Are you available?" Last week, you know, yeah. What do you need? And you forget because you know your life goes on, but all of a sudden you get that phone call and say, "Yeah, I'll be there, whatever time you want." And last week we bring the statue up to the Legion, you know, to get ready for Novena, which started last night.
Oh, and that's where it's going to be this year?
It's up at the Legion, so it's up there until Tuesday night, and then we bring St. Peter back down to the St. Peter's Club, and then Friday we start the whole weekend, and I can't wait. It's going to be a fun time.
Warren, thanks for everything you do.
No problem.
It is to me it's the greatest time of the year. And I think it brings so much of the community together, and can't say enough about the work that you guys do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.